Okay, so before we get started on this design, let's go over some of the supplies we're going to be using. So we're going to be using this fun ribbon here. It is a 1.5 inch with the orange and yellow and the green, which is going to tie in nicely with our summer design today. We are going to be using our ficus branch. I think we might be sold out of this one, so use whatever type of greenery branch that you have. And then we're going to be going in with this beautiful one right here. All of the supplies will be listed down in the description of the video, so please check the description, and all the supplies that we are using will be listed down there. You'll have the names and the links. Okay, so those are two of our greeneries. And our last greenery is going to be this willow eucalyptus. So we're going to go in with this willow eucalyptus. We're going to be using 3 greeneries in this design. The star of our show are going to be these fun poppies. So these this little poppy spray. This is a summer design, so we're bringing in all the bright yellows and orange and reds. So we're going to go in with this, and then I brought in a red little mini ranunculus or peony. I'm not sure what this one is. Peony. This is a peony. So we're going to bring in some of this, and I think that's all we're going to be using. So just those 2 florals, and then our greenery and our bow, and it's going to make a beautiful summer design. Okay, so before we get it up on the easel, let's get our bow added. Okay, so I want fairly long tails, not too long, but enough to give us a curl. So I'm just going to make my bow here real quick. Make sure my loops are about the same. I think we'll probably do a total of 6 loops, 3 on each side for this design. And I'm going up about half an inch. About half an inch. All right. One more loop here. All right. Just leave this long, and we can trim it down later. Not worried about how my tails are. We're gonna maneuver our tails later. I'm just gonna get this tied off. Use a pipe cleaner or a zip tie. Okay. Making sure I get this turned exactly where I want it. There we go. Okay, let me get my floral pick here. I just going to twist this around my pick. And then give it a twist. Make it kind of tight. I'm going to take this little copper wire and just wrap it around. And then once I get it in, I will get some more glue added. Okay, I'm going to cut this down. I don't need the stem that long. Okay, and I'm putting it about the 10 to 11 o'clock window. I'm going to give it some glue right around that pipe cleaner and around the stem here. All right, we'll let that do its thing for a second. Okay, now let's anchor our bow. So I'm going to break up this willow eucalyptus here. I'm going to get it all cut up. Okay, I'm going to go in with this eucalyptus, just various pieces. I'm going to go and anchor my bow. So I've given it a little bit of a bend. Okay, I'm just alternating the pieces a little bit. Making sure I'm giving them a bend before I get them placed in there. Going straight down into my grapevine. Let's go on this side. Okay, before I mess with that tail, I think I'm going to cut it off. And I'm going to get it added back where I want it later. Alright, so I'm going to set that tail aside for right now. Still just building around my bow. I want this piece to kind of come in a little bit. All right, we get this last couple pieces added. We'll just use up this whole little piece on around our bow. Okay. Now I'm going to get it added up on our easel. Okay. I'm going to take another one of those eucalyptus. And we're going to get it added around our wreath. Work on our perimeter here before we add in the other greenery. So I'm just going to pull these apart. Okay. And I'm just going to keep building around my perimeter. I'll pull this one apart. Giving my greenery a bend and some movement. I love this eucalyptus. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to go on this side. And fill in our sides. And then just sort of work our way down. Making sure I don't go through the back of my grapevine. If you do, just make sure you snip it when you're done. think we've got a good little perimeter going on with our eucalyptus. We've got another one that we could go in with later if we need it. I'm going to move on to the next greenery, which is our little ficus branch. Again, use whatever greenery you have. This is a kind of a wide leaf type greenery. It's really pretty. I wish we had more of these in stock. I'm going to have to order some more. This has got a thicker stem on the bottom. So that's the downside to working with some of these with grapevines. These thicker stems are a little trickier to maneuver into your grapevine, but you can make it work. You just got to play with it. All right. So I'm going to get a couple pieces of this added. Again, I'm sort of giving it a bend. This is one of my thicker pieces. I'm going to try to go in through the top. Okay. I need to pull this one in. Okay, cut up another one. Get this one. I need to pull this leaf off, I think, so I can get it in where I want it. But we need to fill in between here and here. We're going to fill in right here, but I needed this smaller piece of stem, so I can go right down in there. Ooh, that's pretty, y'all. That is pretty. Okay, let's get our bigger one. Actually, I think I'm going to go in with the smaller one for the side over here. All right, and then we'll use this bigger one for the bottom. Cut up our last one. I'm gonna give this one a bend. I'm gonna try to, it's a little bit bigger. I'm gonna try to go up underneath. Okay. And we need some on this side over here. There we go, that's better. All right, I'm gonna take it off and just hit it with the glue because I don't want to pull it back out. All right, beautiful. We got one little piece. I think I'm gonna go down with it right there. I would love to have another piece kind of coming in the center a little bit, but I don't want to open up another bush. So we're going to go with it. We've got this greenery that we'll add, and maybe we can fill it in. I do have this little bit that came off that eucalyptus, so I'm going to get it added in here. There we go. All right, let's start working with our poppies. We're going to save this for later after we get some of our florals added. Oh, I did have another one. Y'all look. Well, without opening another one, let's just wait. Let's set that aside. So I'm going to start pulling these poppies apart. And these have lots of little fun things on them. Okay, so I'm going to give these little florals a bend a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of the little grassy sprays, so we may pull those out. But let me get it added and we'll see. We'll see if I decide to leave it. But love how that one is popping forward. It's perfect. Okay, let's get another one here. Giving my flowers a bend. Beautiful. If this doesn't scream summer, I don't know what does. You know, normally we go with the you know, the purples and the pinks and the yellows and all those things, but we often forget we've got, you know, this color palette as well is beautiful for summer. Okay, that one I ran through the back, so I'm gonna have to fix that in a second. It happens, y'all. Gotta fix them. Sometimes it goes through the grapevine. I'll get it when we're done. I'm gonna cut this one down a little bit shorter. And I'm not hating on the grass right now. Now over here, I will cut it off because I don't want them sticking out, having its own little party over there. So I'm gonna snip the grass on this side. Now we'll go on the other side and then we'll work on the center. Open up another one. And if you guys are wondering why we're doing summer arrangements so early, we have to be ahead of our seasons. So now's the time to be, as designers, moving on to summer and patriotic and maybe some everyday. We're pretty much done with spring. We could do a couple more maybe. We're still just in March, but we're really almost running too late for spring. You got to get them listed, you know, a couple months in advance of the season on Etsy, if you sell on Etsy. Now, if you're just a hobbyist and you just like pretty things and you want to decorate for your home, then you're probably just now getting around to spring, and that's okay. I'm going to cut these little leaves on this side, getting it a bend. We're going to go in and up. Maneuver those little flowers and pods how you want them. I want them coming out very, you know, in your face with them. I don't want them straight up against my grapevine. Trying to create some drama here. I'm going to cut this little stem off there. So I'm creating some drama with mine. I don't, unless you're doing that type of design. So there are certain designs where you have the grapevine. For example, like there's a peony wreath that we did. You know, you've got your florals right on the grapevine. But with these type of designs, I want movement. And I want it popping out of the wreath. I'm going to go up under here. Making sure I'm pushing it up in that grapevine bed. Moving my florals around. Not a huge fan of this greenery right here, so I'm going to snip it. I think I'm going to snip it over here. So all this type of greenery I snipped. I wasn't a fan of it. It's very fabric-y looking. You know, silk flowers, that's what they are, but those just really do not look good. So just snip those off of there. Okay, I'm going to cut up another one. So we're using 3 for this design, or at least 2.5. I have a little eucalyptus bit on the ground, so we'll add that in a second. All right, we're going to bring a couple pieces into the center. I'm going to go right up underneath this bow, straight into my grapevine, if I can get it. There we go. I'm going to pull these pieces sort of towards the center. I want to go right next to this bow, or right next to the center of this bow. And start pulling some of these into our loops. Okay, a little baby piece. So I'm going to go just in the inside with it. Get another piece here. I think I want to go right above our loop, right next to that pipe cleaner. Down in there. Okay, I think we need one right in here. We've got a little bit of a hole. We need a longer piece. I'm gonna get this longer piece here. I'm gonna put one in the center here. We might have to open up another one. We'll see after we get our greenery. If I want to stop or if I want to add another poppy spray. Okay. We also have our little peonies we're going to add. Let me get these little bits. We'll use those for filler. I have one more little bud here. I'm going to save that. Get rid of all my junk, all my scraps. Okay. Let's add a few of these, I think, before we add our greenery. Now, I do not like the leaves on these, so I'm going to pluck them off. And I'm left with some little pieces here. Oh yeah, those are nice little pot. Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna get all these little bits off of here. I've got all my little pieces. So now we're just gonna start filling in. I'm just looking for holes, and I'm putting these wherever I see some holes. All right, lastly, before we do our last little filler, let's add our little greenery, our last greenery spray here. I love this one, it's so fun. So I'm gonna cut up two. I know we'll at least use those, maybe a third. Okay. There we go. Sometimes you gotta maneuver it in that grapevine. I'm just gonna pull this flower forward a little bit. Oh, those are fun. And if your leaves little pop off, just add a little glue, get it added back. It happens. There we go. I got a little bit of glue on that one, so I gotta remember to come back to it and get it off. Oh, I love this greenery. It's so pretty. So pretty. And fun and different than what we normally see. Love it. Okay, just gave that one a bend to get it kind of where I wanted it. I think I'm going to take these two little pieces off, and we may add them on a pick. I love how wispy they are. Okay, let's get another one. Going up in that grapevine. I'm trying to weave it up in there. And then we'll give it a bend where we want it. And I'll play a lot with this once I get it hung up for pictures. I'll take some pictures and you kind of see, okay, I need to move this greenery up or down, and then you can just kind of bend those how you want them. Okay, another piece here. Move my leaves up a little bit. Okay, let's get our tail added. Got a little bit of glue on the back of this ribbon. There we go. Let's get our other tail added back, and then we'll fill in. Okay, so I'm just taking our tail we cut off, and I am just going to add a pick on it. You can use a wooden pick. Just pinch it, wrap your little wooden pick around it. I'm just going to add a metal floral pick on here. Okay, I just added a little metal floral pick. And now I'm going to get it added. So I can get my tail exactly where I want it. Go right up in here. Okay, and I'm going to cut my tails at a diagonal. I'll leave it a little bit long. All right, now we have a few little bits that I'm going to add, and then when I hang it up, if I see any holes or things that might need a little extra, I'll just fill it in then. But I think it's looking pretty good. And I'll also kind of maneuver my flowers where I need them to. Got a little pot here on the floor. Let's get it added. I almost feel like right in this area here, we might need a little bit more florals. So I may open another poppy bush. I'm going to take pictures of it first, just see. But just standing here, I think I may need another few little pieces of floral in there. Love it. So pretty. Still not sure about these grasses, y'all. I have trouble with these little wild grasses. Sometimes they bug me. So if you see the picture and it's missing the grasses, you know I decided to clip it. We'll see how it looks on the photos. See how it looks on the photos. I feel like we need something right here. I don't know if I have a tall piece that I can use. But we need something. Maybe I can put this on a clip. See if we get the height we need. Well, these stems are thin, so they don't want to stay in my little pick. I'm going to have to glue it. That wasn't really tall enough. So I may have to open another poppy bush. Let me explain what I'm going to do, because I'm probably going to do it. I'm going to open another little poppy bush and put one right here, like taller. And then probably one down here. Just to fill it in a little bit. But I think it turned out really pretty. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Does this sing, can't even talk. Does this sing summer to you guys? Super pretty, but you can see down here, just looking on the camera. No, I'm opposite, this way. Right in here we need a poppy. So we need like 1 or 2 poppies right here. And then I'm gonna fill in up here a little bit to keep our perimeter with the poppy. And then I may cut these little leafies out. We'll see how it looks on the photos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this summer grapevine arrangement. If you're new to our channel, we would love to have you subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials or we go live. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And until next time, bye y'all.